well. Bitcoin, huh? Obviously, it has been a very interesting weekend. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Trump inauguration, man. He's stepping into office. He's going to be signing those executive orders. Hundreds of them is what they're actually saying. But, man, it has been a wild weekend, especially for meme coins. I was witnessing all that madness, and it was unbelievable. Honestly, watching the Trump story, watching Elon coin, watching all this, meme coins have now changed, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to be getting meme coins called fart coin. I mean, fart coin is kind of a good coin to trade, but stupid names. Now it's all going to be celebrities. So maybe as a little bit of a strategy for you all in terms of meme coins, which I am going to be talking about very, very shortly, so stick around for that bad boy. I've been taken back by it all, man. 6 billion in the first, 4 or 5 hours of it coming out, this Trump coin. I've never seen anything like it. And now his wife's coin did the same thing. And now his wife's sister is going to come into play. I mean, if we're going to be going on that basis, everyone in that family is going to get a pump and dump scenario. But anyway, we'll park that to the side. What we're talking about today, well, we are going into the inauguration as such. And there's a lot of things that are going to be happening in the markets, given that the stock market today is actually closed. The bonds market, that ain't moving. The NASDAQ futures markets, of course, that's moving up and down and what have you, but that'll be finishing anytime soon. But the stock market itself is actually closed. And today is Martin Luther King Day as well. So you got 2 days in one, and it's going to be a very interesting one to say the least. But with that being said, let's get over to some Bitcoin price action. What news is coming out? What to expect? I hope you're all enjoying yourselves because we are going into a very interesting time. With that being said, let's get with the program and break it all down for you guys. Here we go. So, very good, BTC. Now, we didn't quite hit the 110 projection. I mean, we missed it by just shy of around $390-ish. All right, but I'd say that was a job well done, to say the least. I mean, come on, man, we can't complain. But is it over? I don't think it is, guys. We've got, of course, you got to remember, the inauguration itself. You got people in the United States waking up to all of this, okay? So does it mean that Bitcoin is done now? It's made a little bit of a claim to the all-time high to come back down again? I don't think so, guys. But just having a look at what's going on across the board, we're going to break down the news as such. So this is what the plan is. It's saying here that the ceremony is going to be set at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. So that is a time when you really want to be paying attention to the markets, all right? Mainly cryptocurrency, because that's the only market that's going to be operating right now. And he says in this article, actually goes on to say that he's going to be signing, after swearing in, Trump will sign hundreds of executive orders and actions with members of Congress observing the ceremony. And Trump has promised swift action once he takes office, which he stressed in a rally the night before his inauguration. So we're going to get the Bitcoin pump dance. That's what we're all asking for. That's the Bitcoin pump dance, ladies and gents. However, jokes aside, right now, no one's thinking about interest rates. No one's thinking about the Fed cuts. No one's thinking about unemployment claims. No one is thinking about anything from a macroeconomic perspective other than what these tariffs or what orders is Trump going to be signing off. Going into it all, we're going to go and have a look. And you can see here that it says he's going to be releasing a barrage of executive orders. And this is going to include on immigration, tariffs, energy, as part of a sweeping effort to quickly implement his policy agenda, taking up office. Now, the question that we've got, guys, is this. What's he going to say about cryptocurrency? So what we've got to understand is this. You've got the Treasury Secretary. He is pro-crypto. The SEC is going to be coming across as pro-crypto. And I saw someone last night saying that we need to get Gary Gensler back because of the madness that's happened with the meme coins. I mean, look, guys, this was absolutely wild. Let me just zoom in a little bit for you, okay? So here we go. Melania, Ivanka, Musk, Vance, Eric, Ivanka, Saylor, like, what's going on? Now, as a little bit of a strategy, before we get into any Bitcoin price action, so if you are new and you're just passing through, just stick around for this if you're interested about BTC. I think there's a change right now in terms of the meme coins. Now, it could mean something, it might not mean anything, okay? But what we're getting right now is celebrity style meme coins, right? And it's not the first time, but this is the first time it has gained such traction. The Trump coin itself took around 7-8 billion. I think it was even more than that. Okay. And then we saw a Melania coin that came in at what, 12 billion market cap. This thing just did not stop. Okay. Just going into it, or just pull that up and get a second. Hold on. Where are we? I was watching this, right? But I was watching it from around here. Okay. Yesterday, 10:30 at night. I was like, what's going on right now? It just kept going up. It didn't stop. It would not stop. And it's actually frightening. Now, to say the least, it's doing pretty well right now. But the question that I've got is, how long is this going to last? And is this setting up the meme coin space to change? Now, watching what was going on, there was crashes on Solana. No one could get their transactions confirmed. No one could buy. No one could sell. I was going into various Telegram groups just to see exactly what was going on. I wanted to understand like this madness, because when you trade the meme coins, of course, it is crazy volatility. Okay. You had that one with Ryan, one of the guys who's stepping into White House. He pumped and dumped a TikTok coin. And he was on Spaces last night trying to justify that he didn't have a clue what he was doing. But then he showcased his earnings off it and he was like, oh, I didn't know what was going on. Oh, man, he pumped it and then took 20 mil out of everyone. It was absolutely crazy what was being going on. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is this. With regards to meme coins right now, we're seeing a change in the way that they're approaching them, okay? So once Trump goes into office and all the inauguration all dies down and no one's interested in Melania, no one's interested in the Musk and the Vance, as a strategy for you all, it would probably serve you to think what devs would create a coin based on what's going on with particular celebrities maybe. Who knows? Because right now, I ain't seeing no stupid names. I mean, they're just names. I mean, you've got Sailor, you've got even BlackRock coin, you got Melania again, and when we go down, it's just all Trump. He's completely taken over. He's monopolized on it. There's nothing else. And when you go to new pairs that are listed, let's just quickly go into the newest, okay, to put into perspective. Trump, Ivanka, Trump, you know, POTUS, Barron, Elon, Tiffany, Porsche, Pingu. It's completely monopolized it. So just be careful, man. Don't look. Meme coins are a tricky game to get in. You can make a shocking amount of cash and you can also lose a lot of cash as well. So approach this, as much as it might look really enticing to jump onto the bandwagon, okay? At least you're somewhat safe if they do get listed on various exchanges like MEXC or crypto.com. Saw Melania pumping up last night and then it gets listed on crypto.com a couple of hours later. So just be very careful with it. Just exploit the move up and down if you are trading it on those exchanges as such. But just be very careful when you step into the depths of the meme coin world on Solana, because it was absolutely wild. Speaking of which, Bitcoin. So going over into the daily time frame to put things into perspective for my holders, you're all asking yourselves a question. Is that it now? Now, if you've been watching for a little while, I'd say in the last couple of weeks or so, we've projected this move to the upside, okay? And we've done so really well. And the hybrid system's come through with its logic of recovery of the vector candles. So it's done pretty well right there, recovering that violet vector candle and, of course, recovering this red vector candle. If you were buying spot inside of this range, as we were sort of insinuating last week, then you would have been, or you would be in a nice profitable position, which the next question is granted. How long will Bitcoin keep moving up for? Let's go and have a look at the good old boys on the ETF. Now, I did read an article talking about how Bitcoin mining, Trump wants to make sure that everything is mined in the US of A, and he will be effectively taxing the miners overseas. But the idea is how do you know which miners are going to be in the US? How do you know the Bitcoin you're going to buy is from them, kind of story? So it's going to be a very interesting one as such. But right now, the ETF itself showing 554,000. It's not moving, you know, and I'm not really seeing BlackRock selling. I mean, the most that they have sold prior to the inauguration is to roughly around to the sum of around 4,000 Bitcoin ETF. That's all they've been doing. Now, that doesn't include, I mean, the lowest that this reading came into was 547,000. It's now gone up to 554,000. So it seems like they're just playing in and around this range. So could be some profit taking but I'm not really seeing the accumulation. And that's what I'm waiting for with the ETF itself. Now, with that being said, going over into the actual Coinbase Premium Index. Now, remember what we said about this, okay? Last night, Bitcoin took a nosedive, okay? Now, we projected Bitcoin's move because as part of the Platinum membership, I gave them effectively the Trump inauguration, how to approach the next 24 hours. And the main play that we were talking about was Bitcoin. I've got, of course, Ethereum and Solana, but the Bitcoin was the one that come through at speed. Now, we wanted to see Bitcoin inside of this range, take a little bit of a recovery back down, focusing on the block principle to come and take the claim of the 110,024. I was looking for the all-time high to get hit, and this was in line with the Trump inauguration. Now, remember, this is a period of, it's just over the next 24 hours as such. That was from last night, okay? Now, remember, Trump's going to be going into office and he's going to sign those orders, okay, roughly at around 12 p.m. when the ceremony begins. And of course, that's Eastern Standard Time. So that's really going to help us understand if Bitcoin does have the capacity to keep on marking up from that point. Now, we did come through with that. It worked nicely. Didn't quite hit the 110,000. But I mean, come on, man, we did pretty well with a nice move to 109,400 and 646. And if you're not paying yourselves on these big pumps, and if you are getting it in on a discount, just take something off the table. I mean, going over to the Coinbase Premium Index, you can see that it's now negative, which was led from last night's drop. But what have we been saying about this? Every time you see it go red and it's an aggressive red, the opposite is happening. US retailers are selling their Bitcoin to the guys stepping in, buying it from them, okay? And that's evident with what happened yesterday on the order flow. Wow. In the last hour, 17,365 traders have been liquidated to the sum of 60 million, which is not that much in relation to the liquidations. But going into the order flow of Bitcoin, this is going to help us understand the higher time frame right now. You've got here 17 million buy order at 106. Now, if Bitcoin is on the trajectory to keep on marking higher, the next range for the holders in principle will be how this green vector candle plays out. So by the principle of the block trade logic, okay, and the block trade principle is a logic in the hybrid system where you are focusing on the creation of the vector candles. That means that if you're looking at this area here, if we had marked this off and kept it inside, we would be taking positions as price breaks away from this area on the block principle right there. Now, if you are new and you don't know what the block principle is, there is a PDF on the Traders Reality website that you get as a platinum member, and it's under the block trade principle, scaling in. Where is it? Here we go. The block trade principle. These are all PDFs that I've created about certain strategies within the hybrid system, which are suited for people that trade at certain times or swing or scalp, whatever it is. But this one right here is the block trade principle, where I break it all down on what you need to look for exactly to trade the logic of the block trade principle. So that's platinum members, and to become a platinum member, check that bad boy there, right there. We've updated a few things in there. I've updated the live trade videos. The master classes are currently being updated. And of course, you get 5 trade setups a week. More actually, and this was an example of one of them. Okay, cool. That's in the description if you want to go check that out. Now, going back into that logic, just removing this block at the end of today, to prove whether or not Bitcoin will continue the move to the upside. Because remember, this week is going to be an interesting one. Why is that changed? Why is that changing colors? I do not like that. No, stay there. What color should we go? We go green. Green for a positive day. Green for Bitcoin. Yeah, green for the green vector candle. Happy days. Anyways, so what I'm going to be suggesting to you is this, okay? When Tino coin. Don't worry about Tino coin. Tino, I mean, we could. Nah, I'm not involved in that. Nah. I'll show Melania. I'll show Traders Reality. We'll show them what a true pump and dump is. Nah, no coins for me, man. Nah, I mean, it's a trick. It's sad, because what you've got to understand, guys, is this is people's money, you know. And when you step into this shark-infested waters, right, just accept that whatever money you put in, if you make money from it, congratulations. But you've got to be careful. You're either in on the inside of the coin or not. Otherwise, you're just hoping for the best. It's pure gambling. That right there is pure gambling. Complete gambling, in my opinion. Some of you might beg to differ. All right. Some of you might have things where you're tracking wallets and what have you. This is gambling 101. Full pelt gambling. Don't risk it. You know, you're going to chuck a couple of $100, fine. You know, but there are people that will put big money into it because they think, oh, God, the JD Vance or Musk or whatever. And they'll think, that's it now. It's going to go. Don't, man. Just don't play this. Just wait till it gets listed on an exchange and then you can trade it within some freedom where you can take advantage of price going up or down. When you're just limited to just price going up, nah, it's a tough game. I wouldn't encourage anyone to trade meme coins, especially if you're learning trading, because you're just going to set yourself a bad view on the whole game itself. Okay. Now, going into it, this is for the holders now. Okay. If Bitcoin closes today positive and as close as it can to the highs, this green vector candle will dictate what we're going into for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is going to be on the move to the upside, because the logic shows here that Bitcoin is creating a structural pattern, which means it's going from consolidation. Remember this consolidation area here, guys. Remember this consolidation here is the longest period of time that Bitcoin has consolidated closest to its all-time high. Okay. It's the first time that it's done that. Usually it just drops aggressively away from it. Okay. But this is the longest period of time that Bitcoin is consolidated close to its all-time high. We've had a smaller consolidation here. Okay. That means that we're probably going to see another breakout and then, of course, another consolidation. But that next consolidation would have to be longer for Bitcoin to continue higher. Of course, whatever Trump's going to be putting out for cryptocurrency, that's going to be fueling the idea of investors retaining the Bitcoin and not selling. Whatever he says is going to encourage more investors on the street to come and pick up the ETF. That's naturally going to then lead to more accumulation in Bitcoin. Okay. You will find there are some instances when Bitcoin doesn't really go anywhere and the news is great for it, but it's just not going anywhere. That's accumulation right there. So then there'll be an instance where Bitcoin will then start making a move and you would be loading up your bag and it would be arriving from a consolidation like this. Okay. So what we've got to wait for the holders is you've got to wait for this candlestick to close off. Okay. Once it's closed, the first thing you want to do is you want to mark off the candlestick's close of the vector candle itself and the open and mark it across. Okay. But because we don't know what Bitcoin's price is going to close at today, we can assume it's going to close positive. Okay. So it's going to be somewhere in that region. As an example, you want to do this. So for example, this daily candle right here, you take the close, the open of it or the close, wherever it is, and you go across the chart. Now, the way you use it is in the terms of the block principle is if they are trying to come back to this vector candle, which is what they did, the idea is that you want to be paying attention to price at the low point of the block or at the high point of the block. It all depends on what point of time you come into the chart. And it all depends on which point in the chart you're going to look to place an order. A riskier entry would be at the lows of the actual block itself. So hypothetically, if you were to be looking for Bitcoin buys and Bitcoin was down here, but you had the logic that they were going to come back up towards the red vector candle. Now, if you are new and you don't know what the red vector candle is, please go to the Traders Reality website because we talk about this hybrid system in a free course. Go and do it. It costs you nothing but 1 hour and 10 minutes. Get involved in it. Do the course. It breaks down what the vectors are, what the styles of trading that you use the hybrid system with, psychological levels, M levels, you name it, moving averages, patterns, you name it. It's all in there. PDF galore, happy days. But that's a free course. Just go and take that so you can understand what I'm talking about with the hybrid system. And if you go to the info tab as well, that's going to talk you through how to install the indicator because it's free to download on TradingView. Okay. Now back into it. The idea is that you've got two entries. You can either take an entry down here, so price breaks away from the 97,054 to go higher to recover the vector to go on to take on more ground. Or you see prices inside of here and you're trying to establish that, okay, they've recovered the vector, but I do believe Bitcoin's going to go higher. I need to see price do something at this point. Look at every point of the block. Look at it. The block is breaking out aggressively from each of those levels. Okay? It breaks out aggressively because it's the market's memory being triggered at these 2 points. So that would be this point here, and of course, this point here. That's the point. So when you come to tonight and the market closes and you've got this green vector candle, you've got to then say to yourself, all right, then let me mark it off. So hypothetically, you'll be then taking this right here. Let's assume Bitcoin's closed today. You've got yourself a price range for a holder. That means you're going to be either making a purchase from here or you're going to be making a purchase from here. Now, when you get really technical about the hybrid system and the block principle, you could take the midpoint of the vector candle itself, but we don't know what that's going to be until price finishes today, okay? And then you've got yourself effectively a third entry point, which in principle puts you at a 50-50. Why? Because that's where it can either go down or it can go up. Now, you get more of an understanding about it if you see price in these ranges right here and you're looking for longs. You'll say to yourself, well, if Bitcoin can retain this low right here, and hypothetically that low would be 101,256, then you would start off with a lighter position. So this is where the 20-20-20-40 method comes into play. You might want to say to yourself, right, I'm going to commit 20% right here, 20% inside of that range, okay? And then you might start going off and looking at where we are overall in crypto. You might think, okay, well, the Coinbase Premium Index is showing a negative reading. That tells me, okay, maybe that retailers are selling their Bitcoin, but I'm looking at buying and price is low. Okay, cool. We could put that logic. We can then go and put the logic of the order flow and say maybe that price is on the trajectory to go high because the offers are coming in. We've got some guys up here that want to sell 25 million at 110. You go even further up and you got orders up here at 115 for 13 million. Go up even further. You got a big stack up here at 1,220,000 for 23 million. And you come back to the chart and you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, even if Bitcoin's price was back at this point here or back at this point right here, what logic can I put to the chart to say to myself that maybe everyone's perceived value of Bitcoin at this point in time is to go lower or is it to go higher? Remember, people can only sell the Bitcoin if price is moving up because these orders up here are saying that they're ready to sell. And then, of course, Bitcoin will only go down if there is a commitment in traders down below to buy it. And these are the limit buy orders right here. So when you put all that logic together, you then say to yourself, okay, then I'm going to come to the chart and I'm going to place orders inside of here at 104. And I might place an order down here if I see price holding these points. And then I might place an order here or might think that might be a little bit risky because I'm effectively buying into the rally to the upside. I do compromise myself because price could actually come back down and swipe the ranges, right? So this one right here, I mean, there's two ways you can do it. You can say to yourself, I take longs inside of here, sell at the midpoint, and sell up there as well. But you're using this candlestick here to work out if there is going to be the continued commitment, because what you're really looking for is you see a candlestick like this, the next candlestick's going to follow suit and continue higher, okay? That's what you're looking for, all right? But remember, don't do anything now until the candlestick closes, and that's really for the holders, ladies and gentlemen, okay? You could use hedging if you do, if you do hedging, then you can take advantage of both sides if you do decide to do that. You can actually do that. But this is for the person that's not going to get involved in the complexities of hedging and wants to know, should I get involved in Bitcoin now? Well, the only thing that's going to be exciting for cryptocurrency is this. What orders is he going to be passing through? Now, we've got ourselves a very interesting week. We've got Bank of Japan on Friday, and the word is that they're speculating that they could be increasing interest rates. And just having a look at all where we are over there, because right now, that's not what's going on, guys. I'm sorry. No one's interested in what's going on in Japan. Right now, Bank of Japan, the actual Japanese yen is coming away from the lows right here. You go over to the euro. Where's euro? Hold on a second. Yeah, euro is just made a significant move to the upside, but it's only making that move to the upside because volatility is It's working nicely for euro right now. And I said it this morning that we're not really seeing that much activity on the dollar, but euro now has made the move up. Dollar is coming down, maybe because people are concerned about the tariffs and the impact that it's going to have, but dollar is still appreciated by 7.8%. So it's still a strong dollar. I would be paying attention to the fact that yen and euro moving up, which tells me that the bonds market could effectively be in for a nice little party if the Japanese bonds are trading positively. And it looks like they could be doing pretty well. Maybe the yen is going to see an interest rate increase, which means that if that's going to be the case, euro up, yen up, dollar down, 10-year bonds up, 10-year Japanese bonds up, yields down. Everyone's going into the safety of the bond market. Bitcoin might be having a problem at these highs, okay? But that's something to be thinking about when the market fully opens, which will be later on this evening. 10 p.m. UK time, the Sydney session starts. 11 p.m. the futures markets will reopen. They're going to be pricing in all of the orders that Trump has signed off. Remember that? So just be very careful going into tonight. It might be a very interesting Asian session, to say the least, guys. All right? Cool. Do we have any questions? Question: what could Trump say or sign today that would cause Bank of Japan to decide to increase interest rates? I don't think Trump's going to... I mean, look, the policies here, they're saying here that he's going to be talking about immigration and the tariffs, okay? So what inside of the tariffs could actually have an impact? If he comes across as aggressive with China, even though he says he wants to meet up with Xi Jinping, it's going to be... I think what they're looking for is how bad is it going to be for China? Because right now it's horrible for China, okay, in terms of their bonds markets, all right? But then again, China is the second largest holder of US bonds. Japan comes in first. If the dollar sustains itself and keeps on going lower, okay, because dollar against the yen is still high. Forget the dollar dominance right now. I'm not interested in that. I'm looking at the dollar yen because that right there is the clause for Bank of Japan to either intervene. Remember the intervention, Forex intervention, purchase of USD against Japanese yen. They do it at these levels. The last level they did it at was when it was at 144. The last level before, after that, was at 154. And the level after that was at 158. Okay? We're at 155. So the data coming out this week is beforehand in terms of Trump's inauguration and the orders he pushes out. That's going to dictate for the Japanese what they do. But primarily, the main emphasis that Japan has is the wage growth that they've got. It's just growing so fast, and they need to do something about it. So that's one of the major contributors to the Bank of Japan cutting the increasing the interest rates, okay? But we don't know until the banks and everyone comes back to trading, which they will do tonight. And they will have all the information about Trump and his orders and the tariffs. So guys, keep an eye out on the news on what tariffs he's actually ordered. What is he going to say on immigration? What's he going to say with regards to energy? All right. These are all things that are going to have an impact in the markets later on. All right. So just take that into consideration when you are trading everything today, guys. All right. Here we go. Anything else? Well, it's the actual inauguration thing itself says here it's at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. Okay. And it's that the ceremony, the stream of the ceremony will be on the official website at the whitehouse.gov. Okay, so most major networks, including NBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, Fox News, and C-SPAN, will also provide live coverage of the event itself. Okay, so I don't think, I think when it comes to him signing the orders, I don't think he's going to be there and be like, this is for crypto. We're going to sign this, and it means that everyone should buy Bitcoin. Signs it. I don't know. I don't think he'll say that. And he's not going to be like, immigration, anyone that is here illegally, you're getting out. Bang. And he writes it, you know, and energy, let's pump oil. And then I don't think that's going to be the case as much as we'd like it to be, but anything else, guys? Tina, what do you think about Trump coins? Good or bad? Let's just dive into it. Melania. $1.2 billion market cap. How many holders? Nearly 440,000 holders, okay? And you can appreciate, you go into the Telegram and it's like, love this project, pump the coin to the moon, let LFG and all that BS that comes out of it. But liquidity, 500,000, it's there. I mean, the volume's massive. Lots of buyers, not that many sellers. Price is consolidating, but I do believe that you're going to see some activity. Look, guys, on here, on the Solana chain, I don't recommend you play it on the Solana chain. Any meme coin that has come from the chain and gone listed on MEXC or crypto.com or Binance, go and trade it over there because you get the luxury of controlling how much money you put in. And on top of that, you can exploit price going up or down. Whereas with this, you're just fixated on it going up. You're just pure spot trading as such. And you just have to rely on that. That is too risky, in my opinion. Now, if you want to chuck a couple of $100, that's on you, man. It's a gamble. Get your family over and be like, hey, guys, let's trade the meme coins and all that stuff. And then you lose a couple of $100 or you make a couple of $100. Hell, you could even make millions. And that's how the meme coin market is being sold. But just be very careful because what you're seeing here is you're seeing like the same tone. Like, look, the only official Musk coin, okay? And then you've got Vance, the only official Vance meme coin. And then what happens, you then get CTOs coming in where you've got community takeovers where the dev sold his bag, all right? And then you go back to more new pairs. Like, here we go. Wait, go back. What's this one? The Ivanka meme. So, yeah, here you go. It's just that. I think that's not that decent in the sense. But what I'm saying to you is like Sailor here, the only official Sailor meme. So what's going on? You've got certain devs that are actually mimicking what's going on here by creating, because you can tell which one is from the same developer as such. Like one of them was the Elon coin, right? And this is the one that I was watching. Where was it? It's not even, I don't even think it's here anymore. Yeah, it's not even on the top spots anymore. Is it trending? Wait. No, it's not even there. Wait, go to deck screener. Top. Here we go. This one. Okay. So this is dead in my opinion. Could go up, but it's dead in my opinion. Now, when I was watching this, I was looking at it because I was like, what's going on with this Trump coin thing, right? And what I watched was this. It made a massive pump up, okay? But I was watching it here, okay, as it was starting to climb. And what the developer was doing was, at the top there, you can see the ads where you get boosts, all right? So some of you might be using this. But the boost started off at around, I think it was around about 10,000. Then the dev went in and made it 17.5. And then from that, it went up to 20. And then it went to 30. And now it's down again to 23. But that is what caused all of this. Now, the hype behind this was everything was going into Trump, right? And everyone was thinking Trump's had his day. Now it's Elon's turn. Okay. That's how they were thinking about it. Because I was watching it in the telegrams. Okay. And you could then see money going from Trump in principle going into this coin. Because when you were looking at the orders, right, this was this time right here, it was around 10,000 holders. Now it's at 171,000. Okay. And what I was noticing was the liquidity that was coming in, because at the start it was dead. It was literally 200, 400, 500, 1,000. Then you had the bots, sniping bots coming into play. Then you started seeing 10,000, 15,000, 25,000, 52,000. Then the telegrams were like, oh, Elon's told a couple of his friends to start buying the coin. Yeah, shut up, bro. Elon ain't doing anything like that on a meme coin, you know? And then it led to this madness. When I stopped looking at it, I was like, okay, I was getting ready to go to bed. And then as I'm going to switch everything off, see a fat order of 90,000 come in. I was like, wow, created this mad move to the upside. And then it gets listed on MEXC. As I went into bed, it gets listed on MEXC. I was like, what? And the speed that it happened at was unbelievable. Obviously, now it's just taking a shoe bag to the downside. It's done in principle, but everyone that's looking for meme coins, from my experience of it, it really is down to what is trending as such. Right now, everything is trending around Trump and his family. And Sailor's popped his head up right there. Okay. So if you're going to play it, I mean, once the inauguration's done, I think this is done. Not in the sense of Solana meme coins. I'm just saying the trend behind the names of Melania and Musk and all that stuff. I think Musk will hold himself. The name Elon Musk will always claim everything with meme coins, okay? But they'll go on to the next thing, So just be very careful with it. No, you're wrong. All those official coins are made by the same teams, probably all spoof volume, buying boosts, then dumps all the top of them around 5, 6, about 30. Yeah, do you know what? Crypto Group, probably. But this is from what I would look at, okay? I look at this one, okay? Well, so no, not this one, all right? So let's just look at Musk, the only official coin Musk. How people would look at it. They see some familiarization on it. The average person that comes to memes doesn't care about who's creating it. It's association. The only official Musk coin. Okay, right. What was the association to it? The Trump. The official Trump coin. So they ran with the word official, okay? And it got people to go into it. Vance, look. The only official Vance meme. It's association. And that's what's making people buy and think, forget it, I might as well take advantage of it. It may be the same developer. It may not be the same developer. It may be developers doing or copying or piggybacking off something. Who knows? But it's grabbing people's attention. Like, say, here we go. See, look at that. Look at how different that one looks. They're all from Pump Fund. They get graduated. They're all different. But this one, look, the only official Sailor Moon, that looks a bit different in comparison to that one. And then that one, you could say that this guy created Elon Musk and the Vance one because it's consistent, all right? That's what the retail trader is going to be seeing. When you look closer into it and go into the wallets and dive into it and come out with a comment that you've come out with, you obviously show a bit more of an understanding on it. But the average retailer ain't looking about spoofs. He doesn't even know how to spell spoofs. Just be very careful with it, guys, because look, it's all official. So just take that into consideration. Is it good or bad for the market overall? Well, listen, it was horrible for Solana. Last night, Melania was horrible for Solana. When Trump came into it, okay, look what Solana did. Solana cleared its all-time high, went for it. And Ethereum's just had the day off. Look at that. Ain't no one trading on Ethereum, It's all about the tech. But that's another story. Damn, I've been chatting too much. I've been talking too much. Anything else? What do you think about Trump? 10 billion is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, man. It is very crazy. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day. Mad love and respect. Hit the like button, subscribe. Everything you need about the hybrid system is in the description of this live stream. But I'll be tuning into you all later on this evening for a video breakdown and an update on what's going on. With that being said, take care of yourselves, gang. Mad love and respect. Been a long one, but never mind. Peace.